In this video, I wanted to provide you with an honest feedback about the law practice program by Ryerson University. I did the program last year, which was 2019 to 2020. Overall, I had a great experience, but I wanted to review it and answer a few questions that I thought would be helpful to somebody who is part of the program right now, or for someone who is looking to enter the program. So first, I'll discuss what the LPP is. Second, I'll talk about why I decided to do the LPP program. Third, I'll talk about what are some of the things that I really loved about the program. And fourth, I want to highlight some expectations, for instance, what you can expect from the program, so that you know your expectations are not too high or not too little, just to get some ideas in terms of what you can expect from the program. But like I said, overall, it was a great program, and if you are interested in the answers, keep watching. The first question is, what is the LPP program? Now, if you are part of the lawyer licensing process in Ontario, you're supposed to complete a training component to become licensed. The law practice program is one of the ways that you could complete the training component. You could either article or you could do the law practice program. Both of these things will fulfill that requirement which is needed for you to become a lawyer in Ontario. So the LPP is not a degree, it's not an LLM, it's not something that you apply for. If you're part of the lawyer licensing process, you can enroll in the law practice program. If you're not part of the lawyer licensing process, there is no way that you could do the law practice program. So just wanted to clarify that, because sometimes I get a lot of questions saying, if I enroll myself in the law practice program, can I get a visa, or can I move here? The answer is no. The law practice program is a requirement to fulfill the training component of the lawyer licensing process. LPP work, it's an 8-month training component. The first 4 months is where you learn, you're provided training, and it is all virtual the first 4 months. Back in the day when I did it, we had some in-person weeks, so everything was virtual, but we had to go to Ryerson I think we would go every 2 months for an in-person week. After the first 4 months of training, you then do a work placement. A work placement you could either do at a law firm, or an in-house role at a financial institution or a legal clinic. How do you get those placements? You apply for the placements during the first 4 months of the law practice program. They will guide you, they will help you, they do everything they can for you to secure a placement. Question is, why did I decide to do the law practice program? Now, I used to work at one of a legal tech startup at the Legal Innovation Zone at Ryerson, and the law practice program directors, the office, and everyone who works for the program sits on at the same floor where the Legal Innovation Zone is. So it's pretty much the same space. So I used to go in every day. I was at the Legal Innovation Zone for about 3 years. And, I knew the staff beforehand. I had met them. I saw the amazing work that they were doing. And just being part of Ryerson's Legal Innovation Zone for about three to 4 years, I saw that they were working towards something different. And, it was different in the sense that they wanted to do innovation. They wanted lawyers to be more innovative. They wanted lawyers to learn the business of law. And there were a whole bunch of different and new things that Ryerson was doing at the time when I was there, and they're still doing it. So that was something that was really exciting to me. And also because I had met everyone, because they used to work at the same floor, it felt like I was entering something good, and it felt like it would be a good fit for me. Now, I did get an articling position. I got an articling position at a firm, and they practice, different areas. For instance, family, real estate, personal injury. So it's like a litigation firm. I did not take up that articling position. Again, everyone can have a different opinion, but I didn't take that articling position because, first of all, I did not want to work at a firm which was general practice. I wanted to do something more specialized. um, I felt like I wouldn't learn as much as I'd like to at the firm that I got an articling position. I felt like I could do better than that, and I just thought that I wanted to learn as much as I could, and the LPP felt like a better program than articling at a firm that my heart wasn't really into it. So I did not take up the articling position. Instead, I decided to do the law practice program, and I think that it was a really great decision, and I don't have any regrets. It's what I liked about the program. Now, there are a lot of things that I liked about the program, but I'm just going to highlight three things that I absolutely loved about the program. The first is that the training was top class. They teach you everything from opening a file to closing the file. They teach you all of these things for different areas of law. So you get exposure to different files: family, real estate, criminal, and a whole bunch of other areas. So you get an exposure and you can see what it feels like practicing these areas. Now you have experts coming in and talking about, how to take on a file, how to handle a file, how to make sure, everything is done correctly, how to communicate. So it was it was a lot of learning, and the training was just it was really helpful in the sense that I could feel that I'm learning. I'm actually like putting in the effort to see how things are done, and by the end, I felt like I learned a lot, and that too for different areas of law. And one of the things that I really liked was that it wasn't learning like you were a part of a lecture and you're sitting down and you're taking notes. No, it's like you do things. So they tell you how to do it, then you do it, and then you get feedback, and then you do it again. So you learn by doing things, making mistakes, and doing it again. I love that because you don't realize that when you do it a couple of times and you make mistakes, you just get better at it. So the training was amazing. If you want to learn and if you are willing to put in the effort, it's a great program. Second thing I loved about the program was being able to meet lawyers, experts, mentors, law students from all around the world, and just being part of the legal community. Now, in the LPP, you will be divided into firms, and your firm members will be different students from different law schools. I worked with we were three people in our firm, and I kid you not, I learned so much from my team members, that towards the end, I felt like I was learning from everyone I met. So if you are in the LPP and if your if you have different firm members, try and connect with them. There's so many things that you can learn, and other people who are part of the law practice program too, like, try and connect with them because it's a great way to learn. And then once you get licensed, it's always good to be in touch with the lawyers that you're going to meet now. So again, networking was amazing. It was just being part of the community felt right. Third thing that I loved about the program, and this is my favorite, is that the work placement office really teaches you everything that you need to know in order to succeed at your work placement. Now, they will tell you each and every scenario that you might get into. When you're starting work at a new place, it can be stressful. You don't know how to communicate. Sometimes you're not sure how to ask for something. Sometimes you feel like, you're not doing a good job. There are so many things that are going in your head. The work placement office actually teaches you how to tackle every scenario, what to do if XYZ happens, or what not to do when XYZ happens. And when I was working at my work placement, I actually would think about the work placement seminars that we had, and a lot of things I remembered from that webinar, and I would just really use it when I was at my placement. So they do a great job not only teaching you law, but also preparing you how to succeed at an organization or at a firm or wherever you're going to end up. So this was my favorite part because I'm the kind of person, when I start work in a new place, I'm like stressing out and I'm like, what if I'm not good enough? What if I do something stupid? But, they really tell you what to do. Last question is, what to expect from the program and what not to expect from the program. Now, in terms of expectation, everything that I mentioned, great training, great networking, overall learning experience is great. Some of the things that I would like you to take a note of is that, first of all, when I did the law practice program, and I'm sure if somebody who's doing it now, it's very similar, is that the LPP gives you work. They throw work at you. So you don't have to make in the effort to go out and be like, can I get more work? Can I do this for you? Or something like, you don't have to be too proactive in terms of asking for work. Okay. And for my placement was at an in-house role at a financial institution. And I felt that when I started my placement, I was getting work and I was getting a lot of work, but at the end of the day, I was the one who was like, can I get more work? Can I get involved in this? This shows the employer that you are willing to learn and you really want to be here. So something that I would like you to take a note of when you are doing the LPP, again, you're going to be given work. So you don't have to make in the effort to go in and ask for more work. But it kind of switches when you start your work placement. So just be mindful of that and just prepare yourself. The LPP office, I remember they told us this, but it was towards the end of the program. But I just want to put it out there, since if you are in the LPP, you can make that effort with other candidates and try to reach out to them so that, you learn that skill to be on top of your work or on top of networking, so that when you go into your work placement, you can always be like, hey, can I get involved in a project that you really like? So just wanted to put this out there if this might be helpful to someone. Another thing I felt, and again, this is my personal opinion, when you start your work placement, it's a 4-month placement. You can get, sometimes people get their placements extended, sometimes they get hired back. I wasn't hired back after my placement. So the 4 months that I was there, I learned a lot. I did corporate commercial, and again, like I said, it was in-house. So I learned a lot, but after the placement, I felt like I got a taste of what it's like working in-house in corporate commercial, but 4 months was not a lot of time for me to pick up everything. So if your placement doesn't get extended or you don't get hired back, just remember that maybe people learn, I don't know, but 4 months is a good time to learn as much as to learn. But maybe it's not enough for you to learn everything. When you look at the LPP, the entire 8-month training is great. But the 4-month placement, I felt like, I wish it was longer, but I guess you can't do that. But just be mindful of that. And I'm telling you this right now because 4 months are going to fly and you're going to be like, oh, where did this time go? So try to make, try to get the most of this time, maybe ask for more work or try to learn as much as you can. But again, 4 months was good. It was good to get a taste of it, but if it was longer, I could have learned more. So just wanted to put this out there. Thanks guys for watching. I hope that this was helpful. I wanted to just give you my opinion on the law practice program. Like I said, overall, if you want to learn and you want to understand not just law, but the business of law, how you can innovate, how you can do different things, how you can be different than other lawyers, then this is the right program for you. It really, really teaches you things. And, the way that you learn is, I really like that by doing it. It's not about somebody explaining things to you, but you do it again, you make mistakes, and then you get better. So I think this is a great way to learn, and that's how, I learned as well. And I think that this program also made me a lot more confident in my skills, because back in the day, when you don't really know what the practice of law is like, you always think that, I don't even know if I'll be able to do it, or I don't even know if this is good for me. But after the program, I felt a lot more confident. I felt like I could do things. I felt like, I was trained to think differently. So that's something that I really value.